Welcome, everyone. Okay, we're not exactly starting with a light question, but our first question of the evening is, what do you think the British government's response should be to the recent escalation in hostilities in Israel-Palestine? Who'd like to start? Zack.
There's lots that the British government needs to do. What is happening right now in the Middle East and in Israel in particular is completely unacceptable. And I think we need to be unequivocal in our criticism of Benjamin Netanyahu's government.
And I think it's very interesting that Britain often, and especially this current government, sort of takes a lot of pride in saying that Britain has the mother of parliaments, our justice system is, second to none. We uphold human rights, and that's a core notion of who we are as a country. And I do think it is noticeable when it comes to events such as the one that is unfolding currently, when Britain's voice is therefore silent.
But I think we have to recognise that Israel has a lot of power in this relationship. So I think it's absolutely right that we've called on Dominic Raab to condemn in the strongest terms what has been happening. Israel has to abide by international law. For too long, we haven't had this kind of dialogue between the international community and Israel about an active peace process, and I think we need to get back to that as quickly as possible.
We need to get those elections back up and running in Palestine. That's a really important step towards getting a democratic process going and giving them the legitimacy which Israel can't walk away from. And we need to get that peace process back up and running again. And that's what I hope the Foreign Office will be putting the hours into getting back up and running as soon as they possibly can.
I believe that the British government ought to be using all of its pressure to realise what is in fact the British government's position. So the British government is committed to 1967 borders. This is literally the FCDO's position. And those 1967 borders have long since disappeared. And what's occurring in Sheikh Jarrah is a further violation of those borders. So the British government should be using everything it can, both diplomatically, economically, politically, to stick to what is its own position, which is to support a viable Palestinian state. And that's all I have to say.